Our project does not deal with traffic on Peninsula Boulevard.
Have we had a traffic study? But you have to consider that. Traffic study now?
Well, the thing about it is that we as the architects must take care of the site traffic. One of the things that we definitely have going from Peninsula is definitely the bus drop-off. That is going to alleviate a lot because we have the buffer from the students, and that they can have that travel space in the front. Then in the back for parent drop-off. These are key significant things that we have done to develop the site. I just want to get to one particular, so that we can actually see that we will be away from Peninsula in the drop-off of the students, in the front of the building and in the back. So from our point as architects, those issues have been resolved. So this is Peninsula.
What are the side streets?
Well, let me show you, because there aren't any. As they're going through the bus loop, which will be up here in the front. Matter of fact, let me go to this one. This is where the bus loop will be in, so buses will be able to come up Peninsula Boulevard and make their proper exit. The street light is up here. We have a definite buffer from this parking area, but their safety is secured from this bus drop-off and then to the rear of the parent drop-off.
Okay. Please, I'm sorry, we'll get to you in just a second. I just wanted to, I don't want to be cast in a negative light. I'm not charging you by the hour for anything I do here. Our fee, okay, our fee is based on a percentage of the construction cost. If the construction cost is lower, our fee is lower. If the construction cost is higher, our fee is higher. It goes to a maximum of $18 million, the budget of the project. So there's not a ticking time for us.
My concern is not about money, because at the end, we are going to pay. We are going to need. This is for Dr. Garcia. At the end, don't you think we have to move kids by bus, and that is going to cost more money to the district?
Currently, we already have the cost. Currently, our kindergarten to Marshall and to ECC are transported by bus. Currently, so that's already there. Our kindergarten are transported by bus. So that's no additional cost to the district.
There should be more kindergartens in different areas of the community instead of only one single one in the most dangerous place.
Well, you understand that one of the issues what we're trying to renovate and reopen possibly is to create more space for schools in our community, because we do need more building and more school space in our community.
Okay. The first thing is, we don't know who you are as a company. You did not tell us anything about your company. You came up and said that you're an architect, but we don't know what schools you design and rehab. The question is this 100% rehabilitation, this building? Is it 100% rehab?
We are bringing every space in the building up to current code as dictated by the State Education Department.
There seems there's a problem with you saying that it's 100%. It has to be 100%. This is a 100-year-old building. It's the first building that built in Hempstead. It has to have problems. And you have to tell us the truth. Be honest. It's 100%. And my next question...
If it was 100%, we'd knock the building down.
That's my next question. Why don't you knock the building down?
It cannot be 100%, because the cost would be dramatically more. We're keeping a shell and we're keeping a structure of a building. A shell and a structure.
Your plumbing cost is going to cost you more than what you're saying now, because you said you're going to put bathrooms and sinks in every room. So you're telling us already that you're going to do 100% piping, 100% asbestos takeout. You're already telling us that you're going to do this building over. My question is, why are you not saying that?
We've budgeted the plumbing accordingly for the bathrooms we've shown in the design. They're not going to cost more.
There's no wet walls now. Those wet walls don't exist now.
We're creating them.
You're creating them.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you're taking out plumbing.
That's right.
Putting in new plumbing.
We're renovating plumbing. We're renovating all utilities.
I don't mean to be a stickler here, but my question is really simple. You sound like you're building a new building.
Jason stated before we're keeping the bones of the building. The bones of the building is the structure.
There's no foundation building. There's no foundation. You'll still have skeletons. I understand what you're saying to me. But I'm asking you a simple question about the removal of the asbestos and the lead. And I'm asking about the plumbing. I'm asking about things that you said you're gonna put into this building.
Did you say it was 50%?
He said at 50%.
You said, did you say that the lead and the asbestos removal was about 50% of the building?
No.
So where, you said something about being 50%. What did you say? You said there was something when I asked about the, to check it. So if you're saying that is the building, is that whole building filled with lead and asbestos throughout the entire building?
I can't tell you if every single room in the building contains asbestos.
So what happens when you go in there and you find that it's 100% in every room that there's asbestos?
Then while we're renovating that room, we deal with that in the plans. We will put in the construction drawings for the contractor to remove the caulk on the windows, the caulk that potentially would contain asbestos or polychlorinated biphenyls, and have them replace it with normal latex caulk that's not dangerous. If there's lead paint caked on a door and a door frame, we'll remove that door and the door frame and put in a new door and a door frame. If there's asbestos piping, asbestos pipe insulation, asbestos piping is not, it's not asbestos, asbestos pipe insulation, that will be re-insulated with fiberglass insulation.
So if that stuff has been there 100 years, wouldn't you suspect that the entire system would have some asbestos in it?
It doesn't matter, jump back.
All right, please, sir, finish your question, please.
My question was so simple. Is the building going to be gutted out 100%?
No.
How much of the building will be gutted?
Oh, 50%. I remember. I said if you compare the existing floor plans to the new floor plans, we're going to be taking down and rebuilding about 50% of the interior walls.
So you're guaranteeing that?
I'm telling you, the plan that I show you up here, if you compare it to the original building plan, that is the work we're doing.
So you're guaranteeing that, sir?
I'm guaranteeing that the plans I show you are the work we're doing.
So just with that, if you check this note right here, demolished walls are not shown to make it easier, but what we have is the white areas are the bones that will still be there. These are the 5 chimneys, which are a basic structure which hold this building up. The new walls, they're structural walls. They go from the bottom all the way to the top. And if you see even on each floor, they're consistent throughout on every level. So if you see them in these areas, the black walls are the new walls that are going up. The others are the ones that will still remain.
That looks 50% to me.
Okay, to you. So there's no steel staying in the building at all? There'll be no steel reinforcement walls?
No, absolutely. Where we need to remove a bearing wall to make a kindergarten room from 600 square feet to the code required 900 square feet, we may absolutely be putting in steel beams to support the portion of that wall we take out. And if you were to look closely at the estimate, you'd see there's an allowance to deal with those structural conditions.
Okay, I haven't seen those plans. But it sounds to me, just from my deaf ear, that we're talking about reconstructing the whole building. And we said it will cost us more to build a new building. Can somebody tell me how much a new building costs? 25 million. And my last question, I'm going to sit down after that.
Let Dr. Wilkins, she had an answer. A new building in that site, exactly as it is now, will cost you between $40 and $50 million. Okay. Every school that I worked on in New York City, some smaller than that, you have to understand is that you've got a foundation that you have to go down. Once you go down on the foundation, then you have to waterproof the entire building. This building, they're not going down on the foundation, except for the new part they're building. That's the only part they have to do, excavation and so forth. Now, as the architect explained that there's 50% of the building is being done, this building automatically is loaded with asbestos. Don't let nobody fool you. Building this old is loaded with asbestos. However, if you come into this building here and you take this wall down, let's say there's another wall over here. You take this wall down, then you have to do abatement on this wall. But if you don't touch this wall, you don't have to do nothing with that wall, even though asbestos is behind it, all that paint behind it. There are other thing that I think you were getting at, what is the different cost for a gut rehab of an entire building? And rehab this building. Now, a gut rehab building may be more, may be less. No one will know that until the architect do their budget. Okay. I don't see where there is a great expense in this building that will cost more if they do what they have on the plan. The other part of that situation is that when you put out your bid, and that's the question I have, is it going to be a public bid or selective public bid? The contractor that you get in, the qualification of a contractor is where you get the contractor come in and cover up things because they bid too short and they got to make extra money. If there's a watchdog on a contractor by the school board, and the school board should automatically have a watchdog to do what they have to do. If you have a floor in a building, let's say you have a special tile on the floor, unless if you don't remove those tiles, you don't have to do nothing. You can cover those up again and go right on top of it. But if you remove it, then you have to do asbestos abatement. Monitoring asbestos abatement in a private industry, a private contractor can hire people to cover up certain things. And I hope in the school system that you have government agency monitoring the asbestos abatement. You know, I hate to put myself out on the line like this, but like I said, I'm in the business 40 years with every big contractor you can think of. And I do know that this costs more to take this building down. It'll cost you, I'd say it'll cost you $3 million alone just to take this building down. So it'll be more expensive.
I know we have other questions, but I do want to answer one question. We will have a public bid.
Okay, but then my question is a public bid or a public selected bid? That's where you go out to a certain amount of contracts.
Sir, go ahead.
Public.
Okay.
Public bid.
Totally public bid.
Public bid.
Sometimes that's the most dangerous one because you get all kinds of people coming in bid and their qualification is not what you're looking for.
We live that every day, and what we do, we know that. And we know who the dogs are, and we know who the contractors are.
I have one more question.
This is the last question. My last question. How much of a bond do we actually float? For how much is it for? 18 million? I'm confused. If the state is giving us money, why do we have to?
But that the community will accept the $18 million.
Okay.
Okay, for the bond is for the community will accept it. It's zero taxpayers increase in taxes, zero. Because the money, as we explained it before, is there waiting to say, do you accept the money? It will be no tax increase in our budget, but the bond is for the community to say, do you
They
accept it?
accept the money. Thank you.
I have one final question for the architect. We're talking about patching the roof. Patching the roof. You're not going to get any warranty on patching. Have you considered doing the entire roof, which this way you will get a 20-year NDL, which is no dollar limit on the roof?
That's right. We're 20-year NDL on the flat roof portion, which we're doing. The sloped roof portion is, there's $12,000 allotted to repair of the sloped asphalt shingle roof.
That answers my question.
I keep hearing about there's no cost to taxpayers, but the bond we're getting is for the building. What about the staff, the furniture, the heating, the lighting, janitorial staff, the maintenance? These are things that's not covered by grant money.
We're already paying that in those buildings. The staff is coming from the buildings where they previously are located now. All staff will be transferred to that building.
And the heating and lighting, we're already paying.
We're already paying. This building is not closed down. We won't, maybe not paying as much, but we're still paying. Heating and lighting is still being paid there.
Okay, the outside, oh, you said a healthy building. What type of green building materials are we using? You keep promoting a healthy building. So what green materials are we using and where?
We use low VOC paints, that's volatile organic content paints. We use high content recycled materials like 85% recycled ceiling tiles and 60% recycled sheetrock. We would specify, I'm not sure, Jason, if we're doing, what type of flooring is it? Are we doing hardwood floors in here? not sure what that, okay.
We're not sure about the floor.
Just the actual material.
It's still